So, why do you think volunteering is important to schools?
I think volunteering is important to schools for many reasons. One important reason is that schools have fewer resources, so they have to rely on outside support and resources to help in the classroom and to help run the school. So I think volunteers are actually critical to the success of the school. If they have people coming in to support in the classroom or support after-school programs, I think it's an extreme benefit to the students and the school.
How does volunteering make an impact in schools?
I think volunteering makes an impact on schools in three ways. I think the first is like what I just mentioned earlier. So because schools are so under-resourced, it's critical to have volunteers on campus. I think it's good for students to see caring adults at their school who may not necessarily be a parent or could be a parent or could just be a caring community member giving of their time. It tells kids that they're important, that they're worth it, and I think it helps them think about their education in a different way when they see adults really caring about their education. And the last thing would be, I think it's good for adults to volunteer in school, whether it be a parent or someone else from outside the community or a community-based member or organization, because it gives them an insight to what's happening at our schools, what our schools need. I think it connects people to Oakland Unified in a way that they couldn't connect with it unless they were directly working with the school or in a classroom and engaging with students. So I think those three things are important when it comes to volunteering and mentoring.
How does volunteering make an impact in schools?
Well, again, it extends what the other adults that are already there can do. So let's say, for example, if you've got a field trip and you're taking a bunch of little kids on a field trip, well, you want to break them up into smaller groups because in smaller groups they get a better experience. And volunteers allow you to do that. From industry, we'll come into a high school and work with students. Well, teachers know about education. They know about tests and their subject matter. But most of them are not engineers. Most of them are not lawyers. Most of them are not paramedics. Most of them are not other kinds of things. They're kinds of things that students are interested in. And so there's a whole wealth of experience that is offered that the school by itself can't offer.
Why is volunteering important to schools?
Well, I think that schools are under-resourced, and even more now that there have been budget cuts, and so volunteers can fill in needs of a school that they can't provide through their paid staff. Volunteers also show students and families that people in the community care about their education, and I think that really builds sort of a sense of the entire community, the entire city wanting to support its young people. And finally, I believe that volunteers are important because they allow students to have one-on-one interactions with other adults, and often those relationships can support the student in a way that their relationship with a teacher or another staff member at the school might not be able to. It's good to have a lot of different types of relationships.
Why is volunteering important to schools?
Because students should be able to help their community and give back, because the schools give a lot to them. So if they give back to the community, they'll learn how to contribute to the world.
How does volunteering make an impact in schools?
When there's volunteers in schools, we definitely get a lot of help because the school district doesn't have a lot of money. They don't have a lot of teachers to pay for extra help for students. So students don't get a lot of attention. So when we get volunteers, we get a lot of one-on-one help. So when I get math tutoring from Don, I really get that one-on-one attention that I need to really succeed in school.
Do you think every student should have a volunteer helping them, and why?
Yes, because I myself am a tutor for third graders, And so I have 6 kids every day that I help with their homework. And it's difficult even for 6 to have one tutor for 6 kids because they all need so much attention. And so I felt like if I was just working with one student, it would be so much easier and I would be able to focus on that one kid instead of running around 6 students.
Describe an experience you've had with volunteering. Me
personally volunteering for other people. Well, last year, one of the students, Fred, was making a garden in Met West, and I volunteered to help them build the little things that they put the plants in. And that was really, really cool because I was able to build something and learn something new because I've never used tools and stuff and built wooden things. But I was able to learn something new, and I was able to know that I helped build this garden, and when students come here to visit, they'll be able to have something nice that I helped make.